Welcome to the QuickBooks University. My name is Matt Holquist, and in this video what I wanted to do was walk you through how to accept PayPal as a payment, or at least how to record that in QuickBooks. This was actually a question from one of our members that they had sent me via email, and I answered it, and I thought, you know what, this is going to be a good video to put together too. Okay. So in this particular situation, an invoice was sent and the customer paid by PayPal. Okay. So if everything's not linked up, I want to show you kind of how to do this in QuickBooks Online. Okay. So here's kind of the easiest way. All right. So first of all, what you need to do is you need to check to make sure that you have a bank account that is set up as PayPal. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go over to the chart of accounts. Okay, see your chart of accounts. Okay, so in this sample company file, we have checking and savings. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add a new, this is going to be a bank account. Okay, and we'll call this checking. Okay, so the name will be PayPal. Okay, it's not a sub account. We're not entering the beginning balance. Okay, so we save and close. All right, so we see there that now we have PayPal. Okay, now the reason I'm doing this is because, when this is not linked up, again, you can get a bank feed set up for your PayPal account and have this come on in, but sometimes people don't do that. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this is because when you get paid by PayPal, the money is going to go into your PayPal account, and then you're going to have to transfer it over to checking, savings, whatever it is. Okay. All right. So now what we want to do is, let's say that we have sent an invoice and we are receiving a payment. Okay. So we're going to go to receive payment, and in this one, I'm not sure in this sample file who owes us money, but what I do want to show you is choose a payment method. Okay. So here you're going to see the payment methods. All right, there's all the standard ones, but we want to add a new one. Okay, so we're going to call this PayPal. Okay, we're going to say we're not going to check it's a credit card. We'll hit save. Okay, so now in our list we have PayPal. Okay, so let's go up to let's see if any of. Okay, so Amy's Bird Sanctuary owes us $239. Okay. So we're going to go here, we're going to choose payment method, we're going to say PayPal, and we're going to deposit the money directly to PayPal, okay? Because that is not something, when it goes to undeposited funds, that's when generally you're going to take money to the bank, but PayPal is going to deposit automatically, okay? So we're going to say that they paid $239, okay? Amount received, $239. Okay, so we're going to hit save and close, and we will be closing this invoice out. Okay, so we go to the chart of accounts now. You'll see that PayPal has a balance of $239. Okay, we don't want this to go into your checking or savings or even undeposited funds. So it's going directly into the PayPal account. Okay, all right, so now when you go in and transfer this money, generally you're going to have a fee. Okay, so the amount that is going to be transferred, let's say that the fee is $4, so the amount that's going to transfer is $239. Okay, normally what you're going to do when you do a transfer is you go to the quick create menu, go to transfer, and you're going to see here you can say transfer funds from PayPal to checking. Okay, and you would put in the amount $235. Here's the problem with that. When you do that, it doesn't take into account the fees, okay? So if you just say the transfer amount's $235, you're going to leave a balance of $4 in your PayPal account, okay? So you can't necessarily go and do this transfer, okay? So what I want you to do is, at least is the way I do it, there's probably a couple ways that you can do this. Okay, so if we go into the register for PayPal, okay, and you go here and you can say, let's say if we hit transfer directly in the register, okay, Let's see if we can split this transaction. Okay. No, it won't let us split. So what we're going to do is add an expense. Okay. And if we go to reference number payee, we don't need any of that. Okay. Payment is going to be $239. Okay. And it's an expense. Okay. But we're going to put it directly over to the bank account. Let's see. Checking. Okay. And if we do it this way, then we have no way of splitting it. So we're going to show this 239 coming across, but we can't necessarily do that. Okay. Because 239 is not coming across. So what you want to do is say 235. Okay. The amount that's going over, you hit save. Okay, so we still have this $4 balance. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to, you don't need a payee, but you're going to say $4, and your expense is going to be, let's say, bank charges. Okay, a lot of times we'll tell clients set up a PayPal fee account, you know, under bank charges as a sub account of these bank fees. Okay. And that way you can track those separately. Okay, so you hit save. Okay, so now the PayPal balance is 0. Okay. So that is 0. And if we go down to the expense account for bank charges, I don't want to run a report, but we'll go ahead and run a report and show the $4 that'll show up in bank fees. Okay, so there's your $4 fee. Okay, so this is kind of a manual way to do this. You know, again, if you set up your bank feeds, a lot of this will come in and be import. And so you can show the money being deposited and match it up against the invoice payment, and makes life a lot easier. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to, you know, post them down below on this video. Also, you know, as a member of the QuickBooks University, this is a lot of the stuff we go through and a lot of the questions we answer that are, you know, custom to your situation. So love to have you as a member. Come on over to QuickBooks University at qbuniversity.org.